That is the magnitude of this shooting, the impact that it has on the community. It is tense.
First at 5 o'clock, Portland's immigrant and refugee community is mourning the loss of a mother killed by gun violence in Portland. And her children and husband were also hurt in the shooting on Southeast 128th and Foster. It was one of 3 high-profile shootings over the weekend. Mike Benner has more.
What was unique to this is the fact that it hit home.
Grief consumes Abdikadir Bashir, founding executive director of the Center for African Immigrants and Refugees organization, or Cairo for short. A family that belongs to Cairo was riding in a vehicle that was shot up in East Portland late Sunday night.
It's not surprising to see that they were together in a car. That is the kind of family they are. But what a tragedy.
Seeing their mom, a refugee from Sudan, killed in the shooting near Southeast 128th and Foster. Their father, a refugee from Somalia, was badly hurt. Fortunately, he will survive, as will the couple's 1-year-old who was shot in the leg and a 5-year-old who was shot in the arm.
I'm going to try not to cry, but...
Jem Gonzalez is one of the 5-year-old's instructors at the Cairo Academy. She describes the boy as shy, but beyond sweet.
I can't imagine him going through this, in the car with his sibling and his mom and his dad. He's just the greatest.
Little kids injured by gunfire is especially heartbreaking to me and to everyone, I'm sure.
Portland Police Chief Chuck Lavelle spoke briefly about the weekend shooting at a press conference Tuesday. When asked if the family was the intended target, the chief said this.
I don't have enough information to say either way they were or weren't. We're looking into that. Hope to determine that during the course of the investigation.
Regardless, the survivors of the shooting, especially those children, will have to endure a lifetime of heartache.
Seeing your mom or your dad getting shot, and then you getting shot in the process as well, your mom dying on the scene, that will never probably get wiped out from their memory.
All right, the Center for African Immigrants and Refugees organization has launched a GoFundMe to help the family with expenses. That includes the mother's funeral and mounting medical bills. If you'd like to contribute, you'll find a link to the fundraiser on our website, kgw.com. I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.
Oh, our hearts go out to the entire community. I hope a lot of people will support that GoFundMe. And now to a bizarre twist in another recent homicide. Investigators believe the man behind a deadly shooting in North Portland last week is the brother of convicted murderer Jeremy Christian. Jeremy Christian was behind the deadly Max stabbings of 2017. Maggie Vespa joins us now. Maggie, his brother David Christian is now suspected in this latest shooting?
Yeah, Laurel, that's right. The district attorney's office confirms David Christian is, as they put it, the individual involved in last week's fatal shooting of Zachary Moore. And tonight, Willamette Week is reporting David Christian is indeed the brother of convicted murderer Jeremy Christian. Jeremy Christian is currently serving multiple life sentences for the deadly Max stabbings of 2017, an attack that left 2 men dead and a 3rd wounded. And now it's his brother who may be charged in a different crime, the shooting death of Zachary Moore. Last Wednesday, police said Moore was gunned down in North Portland's St. John's neighborhood. Moore's family already wanted the DA to pursue charges against David Christian. Now, knowing about this connection to the deadly Max attack, Moore's mom is baffled.
I did not know that. Yeah. I just found this out right now. Oh my gosh. So that's really scary for my grandchildren, So that's really scary, and that makes me wonder why the police would let him go.
Okay, so why no arrest in this case? Well, at this point, the DA isn't commenting on that, but Moore's family says David Christian told investigators that he and Moore knew people in common and that the night of the shooting, Zachary Moore, the victim, pushed someone. And they said Christian claims he shot Moore to defend the other person. Moore had a history of violent charges, but the family says Moore was a new dad and they don't believe he would have been violent that night. That being said, we have reached out to David Christian and the Christian family. No response. We'll let you know if that changes. As for Jeremy Christian, he is currently serving at 2 Rivers Correctional Institution in Umatilla, again, serving multiple life sentences for the 2017 Max attack. Laurel?
A bizarre and tragic twist indeed. Thank you, Maggie. We continue our coverage now of the warehouse explosion in eastern Oregon. This was yesterday at Shears Foods plant just south of Hermiston. For the workers and for the city, this is a big blow. Galen Etlin heard from them both about this loss.
Umatilla County fire crews have braved more than a day of sub-freezing temperatures, battling flames at the Shears food plant south of Hermiston.
Shaken up about it.
Corey Harris has been a warehouse worker at the plant for 16 years.
We like a big family.
And this loss has a big impact.
Shears changed a lot in people's lives. Gave them jobs, gave them opportunities to grow.
It's a big shock.
Byron Smith is Hermiston city manager. The city is providing space for company leaders to connect with employees and try to figure out what's next.
How critical is it to get this company to stay here?
1 in 30 jobs in the Hermiston zip code is attributed to Shears Foods.
From above, Tuesday, flames and smoke billowed into the air, and snapshots from Umatilla County crews showed the dangerous challenge they faced. They believe a boiler powered by natural gas exploded, igniting the fire and destroying the warehouse. At least 6 people went to the hospital and are now released.
I'm so sorry that you and your coworkers are going through that. I know it's a really tumultuous and scary time.
Like really getting teary-eyed because of what happened. It was just so sad seeing that happen.
Fire has calmed down a lot.
As flames subdue, the city now waits for the company's next move.
We have a team on the ground out here to assess the damage, to see what if any of the plant can be salvaged.
And as brave fire crews put out hotspots Wednesday, another photo showed soaked and charred packages of snack foods produced at the plant strewn on the ground. And workers dedicated to this job, like Corey Harris, wonder,
where do we turn? Where do we go?
Galen Etlin, KGW News.
We now know the cause of a massive pileup crash on Interstate 84 in eastern Oregon on Monday. It's not surprising, but police say snow and ice combined with speeding drivers caused the mess. The chain reaction crashes involved more than 170 vehicles across a roughly mile-long stretch. The interstate was shut down for hours.
The community is feeling a tremendous amount of loss at this point.
Heartache in the community of Sherwood, where they're grappling with the loss of 2 children, 11 and 16, struck and killed Sunday by a driver as questions over the crash intensify. Our David Molko is back with us live tonight in Sherwood covering this tragedy. And David, you've been speaking to people who know both families.
Laurel, it feels like a double punch to the gut here, they say, with no real words to express these losses. Later this evening, the community will gather in this chilly square in the cold for a candlelight vigil to show their support and to grieve together.
My immediate reaction was no, this can't be true.
Alan Bauer is hurting over the loss of 11-year-old Amelia Green.
I wish there was more that I could do to help the situation.
Her mother, Maggie, a former bartender here at Clancy's.
They already made $220 yesterday.
Now, instead of smiles and laughter,
someone slipped in 100.
There's a donation jar for a funeral.
There are no words that you can console somebody in this situation. So it's, I'm looking forward to seeing her and giving her a big hug.
Amelia Green, family friends say, was walking to the store along Southwest Edie Road in Sherwood Sunday evening just before 7. By her side, her brother's girlfriend, 16-year-old Eliana. Both struck and killed by a silver SUV, it appears, on the sidewalk.
I just can't figure out how the accident happened. The girls were walking this way and the guy come on the other side of the street and hit them.
He was very apologetic. Very heartbroken.
Questions surrounding the driver, who police say is cooperating, hanging in delicate balance with the desire to mourn.
Here at the scene of the crash, the field of flowers keeps growing with messages of deep sorrow and of hope. Over there, a poem once written by Amelia Green. It reads in part, "I'm from Pennsylvania and Mount Hood, and I can show you the world."
For 2 families suffering through an unimaginable loss.
Well, first I would say hug the ones that you love Life's too short and tragedies happen.
Hug the ones that you love. Tonight, we've also learned the Elks Lodge here in Sherwood will hold a memorial service on Friday afternoon. Like this vigil, it will be open to the public, but Laurel, I have to say, they're expecting a lot of children and a lot of tears.
Oh, our hearts are so heavy with all the folks there in Sherwood for the loss of these two beautiful, sweet children. Thank you, David. We have new information surrounding the Alsea School District in Benton County. Superintendent Mark Thielman has resigned. The district was the first to defy Oregon's mask mandate back in January, and it lost federal COVID relief money because of it. Thielman resigned during an emergency board meeting last night. He faced complaints from 3 employees who said he created a hostile work environment. He resigned as the school board discussed hiring an outside investigator to look into the claims. Thielman is also running for governor as a Republican and said he now plans to focus on his campaign. In a statement to our news partner KEZI in Eugene, he said, quote, "I am going to continue to fight, but not in the weeds with the snakes."